Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be the first Beatles update of the new year. These are some things that came in the mail, and one item found in my local record store here. So nothing to it, but to kind of get straight on to it. So got a stack of 45s here and a few LPs, and we're going to start with the 45s here. Let's see, and no particular order. Looks like we're going to start off with a couple Paul McCartney. But we got Paul McCartney, Wonderful Christmas Time, backed with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reggae, and this is on red vinyl. This is part of the Jukebox series, and with this, I need one more to complete solo Beatles and Beatles Jukebox series. So I need the John Lennon Imagine on black vinyl. Um, I think that came out, I think 91 was kind of an earlier one, but this one came out in 1993. So happy to pick that one up and be one step closer to the finish here. So, all right, next up, another Paul McCartney. We got "Letting Go," and this is a stereo and mono promo version of this 45 here on Capitol. So let's see. Yeah, there's the promo, not for sale, right there, and this is the mono side of "Letting Go," and that one came out in 1975. And then sticking with the promo theme, I have another one here, but this time Paul on Columbia, and this is Arrow Through Me. And this one I believe is just the same on both sides. So there you go. So that one came out in 1979. Okay, got another Paul one here. This one from 80s Paul here. We got a figure of 8 backed with Ue Sole. And this is they label this as a European pressing, as in like Europe in general. So there's the back, and the label is going to be in a large center hole, and it has Parlophone, has some Germany markings, as well as some other countries, kind of signifying it being released to Europe in general, I believe. Because there is a UK version of this as well, but it's just usually the either the silver injected labels or the paper Parlophone labels. All right, now we got some George 45s here, and really excited to add this one. This is When We Was Fab, and this is the UK limited edition 7-inch box. Nothing on the back here. Let me get this one open, and inside the box here, we got the record and a couple other bonus items here. All right, gotta get the poster out here. There we go. There we go. All right. Starting off with the 45 here. Just the standard UK pressing. Even though I think this one came out a year later after the initial release in 1987. This one came out in 1988. But there is the Dark Horse label with the barcode. And this has not been played. And the reason why I know that is because I actually opened up this box set. It was already sealed, but I got it for cheap enough, and I wanted to see the goodies on the inside, like this little cutout, Sergeant Pepper-esque George Harrison here. Nothing on the back there, but I thought that was pretty fun. And then the poster here also looks pretty nice. And it's just kind of the classic When We Was Fab picture there. And I believe this picture is also on a picture disc, 12-inch picture disc as well. So I'll keep an eye out for that one. So that was a fun little box set there for when we was fat. And there's the little part of the shrink. All right. And then sticking with some George Harrison themes for the next two 45s, we got the Traveling Wilburys. This one came out in 1990. And this is She's My Baby. And the B-side is New Blue Moon, but the instrumental version. So that's pretty interesting. And this is like a UK pressing. I think they were only made in Europe and UK. I don't think this has a US release on 45. And there's also a 12-inch single on it with the added track of it'll come to me. Wait 1 second. That's the what's it called? Runaway. There we go. So I enjoy that song a lot, so I need to try to track down that 12-inch single here. All right, and another cool find, George Harrison related. This kind of goes back to the Wonderwall album from produced by George, and this song was not on the LP copy, but it was like one of the songs that actually had some singing on it, and this is you could find it. I believe it's a bonus track on a CD, and I think it's also on like some streaming like Spotify, and that's how I heard this song, and I really enjoyed the song. I think it's pretty cool. But this is In the First Place, and this is by the Remo 4. So it's a pretty kind of psychedelic type song, but I really enjoy it. And then I didn't even know this was even a record that existed. It was just from the same seller I got a couple other 45s from, and I just kind of snagged it. This one came out in, I believe, 1998. Yes, 1998. This is just a UK pressing here. So it has In the First Place movie mix on this side, and I believe it's just on the A side, it's In the First Place Abbey Road mix, B side movie mix. So, and then the yeah, and then this is what the label looks on the B side. So pretty cool one there. And that'll do it for the 7 inches. But before I go to the LP, I do have a 3 inch record. So this one came out for Record Store Day. I was kind of talking about it, and I was gonna wait to get it to see if it was gonna be released on the Beatles website for retail price, and sure enough, it did. And then I double checked um the Record Store Day list, and it did say that this was a Record Store Day first. So we knew it was going to get a reissue at some point. If it was a Record Store Day exclusive, then you would have had a little bit harder time finding it for retail in the aftermarket. But I waited and I saw that it came up again on the Beatles website there. So there's the carrying case. Nothing on the sides this time compared to the other one. So just kind of a plain one. And then the 3 inch record this time is All My Loving. So there's the 3 inch single. I opened it up here. And the poster that comes with it looks like this. So there's the poster, Carnegie Hall. The record itself comes in a little picture sleeve, same as all the other ones. And this one has a kind of a turquoise capital label, and then nothing on the back. So glad I waited, but glad I'm still completing the 3 inch um, record series here. Um, I hope they don't do something like this every Record Store Day. I'm fine if they release the 3 inch singles, but just release it on its own. I don't want to. I don't want to have another carrying case with every release. Makes it more expensive, and then I also don't want to have multiple 3-inch carrying cases, especially when they're not all that exciting. Um, you have the Beatles American Tour 1964, but there's nothing around it. So if they continue with it, I hope they just release the record itself, unless they bring in some new cooler packaging along with it. That's just kind of my thoughts there. All right, three more records here. Going to start off with the Beatles here. This was a record store find, and we got Help, and this is a 1971 Apple reissue, and this is a first release of the Apple issue, I guess you can say, because it has the let's see if I can show it. It has the capital rim text on the bottom there around the label, and so these ones just came out in 1971. The Apple reissue that has the MFD by Capital Green text at the bottom came out from like 71 through 75 ish before they switched to the all rights rim text there. So this one just came out in 1971. I think they're a tad harder to find than the other ones, since they only came out in 1 year compared to the four that the other MFD by Capital Rim text came out. So pretty happy to find that one in pretty good shape. And to finish off the LPs, we got a couple Ringo records here to kind of start getting some more of his catalog on vinyl here. And we're going to start off with a 2010 pressing of Ringo's Why Not. And this came with a outer sleeve that has a hype sticker stuck on there. Um, Now, I was kind of looking this up, and then it said this was a PVC covering, but it doesn't really look like that or feel like that. If anyone has this record and knows if this is PVC, so I can store this one away from the actual record so it doesn't mess up the vinyl here, please let me know. I want to keep the hype sticker, and I have a couple other PVC sleeves like the Paul McCartney's Fireman one. Just kind of I kept it since it has the hype sticker, but it's just away from the record. So someone can confirm that it's either okay or I should store it somewhere else. That would be greatly appreciated. But this one came out in 2010. I'm not too familiar with the songs on this one, but I know Paul McCartney helped out on this one a little bit, and then I think Joe Walsh is also on here as well. Yeah, that's what the hype sticker mentions. And here is the inner sleeve here. It looks like some Ringo art, maybe. And then there's the back. Um, the record also looks fine, so that's why I'm thinking that it's not PVC. But there is the label there. That was side two. This is side one. So record looks to be pretty good. So again, if anyone knows if the outer sleeve with the hype sticker is PVC or not, just let me know. Alrighty, last one here, and might be my favorite one of the whole lot here in terms of records, LPs that is. And I got another Ringo record. This one came out in 1990, and this is Ringo and his All-Star Band. So this is the US version. There's also a UK version that has like a purple background instead of a white one. But I think the US one is a little bit cooler, as I'll show you in a little bit. But this is a limited edition. This is like 189. I don't know how many of these were made. I didn't really see anything right away that gave me exact amount of copies that were made. But here is the gatefold showing the track listing there, and then picture of Ringo and his bandmates there. So pretty good lineup here. I would have liked to seen this one in person. That would have been a pretty cool lineup. You got Joe Walsh, Dr. John, Billy Preston, Clarence, um, Levon Helm, Jim Keltner, and a couple others. So that sounded like a pretty good lineup to see live. So I guess I'll have to just stick with the vinyl version here. And cool thing about this record, it's kind of on a Coke bottle clear record, so that looks really nice. And it's on the Rico label. Not too sure how to say it, but yeah. So happy to find that one for a pretty good price online. Um, will I get the UK version with the purple cover? You know, maybe if I find it it's kind of out and about or something like that for a good price. I don't really necessarily need it just because the UK one is just has a purple cover. It's on a standard black vinyl. I think this is the cooler version of it anyway. So be happy to listen to that here in a little bit. And that is the first Beatles update of the new year. And might not be having too many more updates throughout, let's say, through March, as there's a pretty big record show coming in March. So I'm going to be trying to save up for that. I do have some videos kind of planned here to hopefully kind of at least fill in some gaps here. So I hope you enjoy those, and thanks for watching.